Self-discipline. It's one of those things we all feel like we should have more of, right? We tell ourselves we just need to be tougher, more focused, more locked in. But what if that entire approach, the whole just try harder thing, is actually wrong? Well, today we're going to explore a much smarter and honestly easier way to build the focus you're looking for. You hear it all the time from hustle culture, don't you? That if you're not disciplined, it's some kind of personal failing. But as Ali Abdal puts it here, this worship of discipline is kind of a scam. The idea that you just need to grind harder might be the very thing holding you back. Think about it like this. Forcing yourself to do something is like being that guy from Greek mythology, Sisyphus, just pushing a huge boulder up a hill, day after day. It takes this constant, brutal effort, it's totally exhausting, and the second you lose focus, that boulder comes rolling right back down to the bottom. There has to be a better way. And the good news is there is. The secret isn't about having more willpower than everyone else. It's about building a better system. So we're going to reframe this whole idea. Self-discipline isn't some superpower you're born with. It's an outcome that you can actually design. So let's dive into the 5 strategies that make up this system. Okay, way number 1. You know the biggest thing that stops us from starting something new? It's usually just how big the task feels. We look at the top of the mountain and just get paralyzed. So the solution is simple. Forget the mountain. Just focus on taking one single tiny step. This brilliant little hack comes from James Clear, and it's called the 2-minute rule. The rule is exactly what it sounds like. Whatever new habit you want to start, you have to shrink it down until it takes less than 2 minutes to do. That's it. Here's what that looks like in the real world. Your goal isn't this big, scary thing anymore. It's what James Clear calls a gateway habit. You're not trying to run 3 miles. Your only job is to put on your running shoes. You're not trying to read a whole chapter. You just have to read 1 page. Anyone can do that, right? And here's the crucial part. The 2-minute rule isn't really about the results from reading that 1 page. The real point is to build the habit of just showing up. You're becoming the kind of person who is consistent. And once you've mastered the art of showing up, trust me, the rest starts to follow. All right, on to way number 2. We all like to think we're in complete control of our choices, but the truth is, a ton of our behavior is just a reaction to our environment. The great news? You can be the architect of your environment. You can rig the game in your favor. This idea is a total game changer. Your surroundings basically set your default choices. If there are cookies on the counter, the default is to eat a cookie. If the TV remote is right there on the couch, the default is to watch TV. So instead of fighting your environment, design it so that the good choice is the easiest choice. This chart breaks it down perfectly. It's all about friction. For good habits, you want less friction. Want to work out in the morning? Lay your clothes out the night before. Boom, 1 less step. For bad habits, you want to add friction. Want to watch less TV? Hiding the remote in a closet adds just enough of a barrier that it makes you stop and think, do I really want to get up and get it? Now this next idea, this one gets to the very heart of why habits stick or fail. See, lasting change isn't just about what you do, it's about who you believe you are. Take a look at this diagram. Most of us, we start on the outside. We focus on the outcome, like I want to lose 10 pounds. But true lasting change works from the inside out. It starts with your identity. The goal isn't just to read a book, it's to become a reader. When a habit is part of your identity, you're not fighting for it anymore. It's just who you are. Here's the difference in action. An outcome-based goal, like running a marathon, is finite. What happens after you cross the finish line? But an identity-based goal, that creates a system for life. The person who never misses a workout doesn't stop after 1 race. Every single time they show up, they're casting a vote for that identity, which makes the next workout even easier. Okay, this one is powerful. It's about making a decision today, right now, while you're motivated and thinking clearly, that makes it almost impossible for your future self, the tired, tempted version of you, to mess it up. It's called a pre-commitment strategy, or my favorite name for it, a Ulysses contract. It comes from the story of Ulysses, who had his sailors literally tie him to the ship's mast so he couldn't steer toward the siren's deadly song. You're basically making a pact with yourself to guide your future actions when you know you'll be weak. So here's how you can do it. If you want to eat healthier, you don't rely on your tired, hungry 6 p.m. self to make a good choice. Nope, you pre-order a healthy meal service for the week. You've totally removed the decision from that moment of weakness. It's about making the right thing the easiest thing to do. So far, we've talked about all these clever systems to bypass the need for raw willpower. But let's be real. Some days, the tank just runs empty. So this final way is all about how to fill it back up. We've all been there. It's the end of a long, stressful day. You've resisted temptations, you've made a bunch of hard decisions, and now that slice of cake in the fridge is just screaming your name, and you have absolutely no fight left in you. So what is going on there? Well, psychologists have a name for this. It's called ego depletion. The theory is that your self-control is basically a finite resource. It's like a muscle. Every time you use it, to focus at work, to skip the donut, to be patient in traffic, you're using up a little bit of its strength. And eventually, that muscle just gets tired. So, how do we recharge it? Well, one study found a fascinatingly simple answer: meditation. Check out this chart. Researchers basically drained participants' self-control, and as you'd expect, their performance on a task totally tanked. But for the group that did just a brief mindfulness meditation after getting drained, boom, their performance shot right back up to where they started. A few minutes of quiet focus can literally restore your willpower. Okay, so let's pull all of this together. The big takeaway here is that discipline isn't some magic quality that you either have or you don't. It is the natural result of an intelligent, well-designed system. And now you have the 5 key parts of that system. You know how to make good habits easy to start. You know how to shape your environment for success. You can focus on who you want to become. You can make smart choices now to protect your future self. And you know how to recharge when your battery is low. You don't have to change your entire life overnight. It's like building a house. You just start with a single brick. So the question I want to leave you with is this. Looking at these strategies, what is the first brick you're going to lay? What's one tiny, impossibly small, 2-minute action you can take today to start building your system?